Welcome back to another video, guys. It's your boy Asher Holmes.
Anthony Monaco, another video with Thryve Empire.
Oh yeah, A squared. Today we have a little different kind of video. Typically on our Thursdays we do our podcast, but on Saturdays we have our content videos, whether it's going out in public, talking to people, selling our t-shirts. But in this case, today we'll be talking about the 6 steps to starting a business, but not just any business, a successful business. You gotta go in there with the right mindset, a plan, and a tactic to get shit done.
Step one, start with an idea.
That's how it always starts, guys. Whether it's, you see your uncle doing it, grandpa's doing it, you see it on YouTube, online. It's got to start somewhere. It starts with an idea. Wound in our brains, okay, that's possible. I can do that. Now let's get shit started.
You can start just by looking up ideas too. You can go online, look up 100 different business ideas, and literally just jot ones you think that you might like. That's just the first step. First, you want to start with just getting a list of different businesses that you think you might have success in, something you might enjoy, because you want to enjoy what you're doing too. Look for ideas of businesses that can make you money, but you'll also enjoy it.
That's how I started mine. I literally saw on YouTube a little TikTok of a guy pressure washing the driveway. I decided, okay, I'm hopping on that. Went full throttle on that. No matter what you started with or how you get it started, it just matters that you get started and you bring all your energy towards that, guys.
Yeah, that's how I started mine too. I looked up just small business ideas and I was scrolling through, reading them, talking about advertising, social media marketing, and I seen car detailing and I was like, well, I can clean my car, I can clean somebody else's car.
Yeah.
Bam. And that we figured out our ideas, we listed them out, and we decided this is what we want to do, and then we went on to step 2. I mean, step 1 is pretty simple, just list ideas, and then try to figure out what you'd like, and then learn more about it.
Yeah, that's where it starts, right here, guys.
Takes us right to step 2.
Yep, which is research and strategize. So once you have an idea, you have what you want to get into, whether it's service, selling a product, no matter what it may be, you need to start doing research. We're living in a day and age where we can hop online, we can get information like that. We're blessed, right? We're blessed. So we hop online, wherever it may be, read the books if you're an oldie, right? Whatever it is, you start researching, you start getting an idea of what I need, how I can start applying to this to a right set of customers.
Also, YouTube is a great place to do research.
Everything.
Literally, just watch videos. Some people don't want to read, I don't like reading. So I would read a list for ideas and then bam, I just YouTube video. How do you do this? What do you do when you, how do you start the business? What kind of things do you need to start, right?
Yep.
And how do you get customers, right? I did some research and strategized what kind of products I would get. And then after you do some research, you figure out what you need, figure out, am I even gonna like this? You watch videos, oh, this seems interesting. Then you kind of need to figure out what's next, right?
Yep.
You know what you need now. Now, how much do those supplies cost, right?
Right, which brings us into step 3, which is initial funding. When you start your business, essentially, you can start with very little money, guys, and you can start to leverage your customers and get money with minimal. You can get the minimal amount of equipment, whatever you may need, product online, advertising, with substantially low money. Once you start getting money in the wallet, you start, making your sales, you start getting money. At that point, you can then upgrade and do things from there. I mean, that's my advice as far as starting your business off. It's probably better to spend a little bit less on your equipment and maybe even more on advertising and gaining knowledge than it is to just bust all your money on your equipment and then say, oh, where are all my customers? How am I gonna advertise? It makes more sense to start with little money. Like a lot of people say, you don't need any money to start a business. You can start with almost nothing and build it up from there.
Yeah, you really have to figure out, you have to take into account, do I want to put any debt into this company, right? Some people do, some people don't. You obviously don't want to take too much out, too much debt that you can't handle. But you want to make sure that you're limiting yourself to the amount of money you can handle.
100%. That's a big mistake a lot of people make. A big mistake is, spending a lot of money on your equipment before you even get started on the field, before you actually start doing any of the work or start selling any of the product. You spend a lot of your money on.
You might not even like it.
Beforehand, you realize you don't even like it. You don't even like doing this. That's a big mistake. So make sure that you don't kind of bust your whole wagon. You don't spend all your money and all your wallet on kind of the startup stuff, equipment, funding, whatever it may be. First of all, you want to do this because you might change your mind anyway. So the whole point is that you don't spend too much of your money. You kind of keep that initial funding to what you think is relevant, but probably pretty low. There's no need to, you don't need to have a whole bunch of money to start to be successful.
Yeah, make sure your 4 walls are always covered. You always have your food, you have water, you have your shelter, and then you pay for anything else that you need to have. And then after that, you take your extra money and decide how much money you can put into your business. You don't want to go bankrupt or go broke putting all your money into your business and realize, I don't even want to do this, and then what? And then you have to figure out how to sell all your equipment.
Right. Successful businessmen typically they don't even use too much money to start. They know
Yeah.
how to leverage what they have and kind of build it from there and upgrade, become more efficient, appeal to more customers. You don't need to
Yeah.
spend too much money to start.
Yeah, I mean, even for my business, it's a small detailing business, we clean cars, and I started out with about $700. That was for the logo, that was for the website, that was for all the equipment that I needed, the chemicals, and now it's been about a year, and I've still only spent about $2,000 in total for
Right.
the business, and I've
And-
already made more than that in profit.
You can start adding on more services. You can start adding stuff on once you have more money to buy more equipment. He adds on more services.
Yeah.
Starts to be more efficient as far as working in general. The startup is really, it can be low key, guys. 100% doesn't need to be crazy. You can start leveraging, start getting more jobs, maybe adding services on, and appealing to the more customer, and go from there.
Yep. And that takes us on to
Step number 4, easy customers.
the easy customers, right? Who are the easy customers? Almost every business you can start, not all of them, but almost every business, you have easy customers, right? You have friends, you have family, you have people you work with.
Neighbors, community,
Yep.
people who want to support you.
Depending on what the business is, right? If it's a service business, you can go out and talk to your neighbors, you can talk to your family, your friends. If you're selling a product, maybe they'll want to purchase it. It'll depend on the amount, but there are easy customers you can start with. And what's the whole reason of starting with the easy customers, right?
Well, yeah, whether it's community, neighbors, aunt, uncle, family. Essentially, what you can do is you start to leverage those customers and not only kind of gain knowledge on your craft, but you start to get out there. And obviously, when you start your jobs, you don't want to take some big jobs, and whether if it's some, you don't want to take some commercial jobs at first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some huge jobs. What you would do is you'd use your easy customers, right? Your neighbor per se, and you would do a job for them, but you're starting to gain your knowledge on whatever it may be. In my case, for my exterior cleaning business, I know for when I started, we essentially were just doing, family, neighbors. I don't want to testing my chemicals out and messed up somebody's house siding that I don't, that I don't know. I'd rather be my aunt say, sorry, Aunt Autumn, screwed up your house, rather than somebody else, right? So you start to leverage your own customers. So not only are you're gaining ground in your field, but you're also gaining knowledge in general, guys, with your easy customers.
Your easy customers, you're making money, you are learning, and you have customers who are more forgiving if you mess up.
You're knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone. Yeah, you're learning, you're making money as well, so you can be upgrading and excelling and making your equipment better or more efficient, or your product or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But
And one thing about step 4 that you want to remember is you can go back to step 2, and while you're in step 2, you want to know who your easy customers are. While you're researching your business, you want to make sure, write a list down of all your family and friends that you think might be interested, ahead of time. While you're researching your business, already have a plan of who you're going to talk to, have a plan of the customers you're going to start with.
Right. We didn't really mention this, but of course, throughout this whole list, guys, we're kind of be coming back to step 2 a lot as far as researching. No matter where you are in your business, as far as in the beginnings or beyond, and you're far up, you're always going to come back to kind of step 2, right? You're going to be researching and strategizing on how you can make your next sale, how you can hit your next lick per se, right? Because you can always be upgrading, you can always be gaining more ground as far as knowledge and how you can make things more efficient. That's kind of just a gimme, right? Is kind of getting more research and strategizing more throughout this whole thing. But so the easy customers are step 4, which brings us on to step number 5, guys. Sharpen your tools, right? What are your tools, huh?
Right, so your tools are sort of like your brain, your skill set, your knowledge, right? Now you've got your easy customers, you've got your equipment, you've started doing jobs now, right? You've done some jobs, you've sort of figured out, I messed up here, I messed up there, I messed up here, right? Now you want to go back, watch more YouTube videos, go back to number 2, do more research, and you want to sharpen your tools. Sharpening your tools essentially really is figuring out all the places that you messed up at and trying to figure out how on the next job you're going to do better. The whole reason we start with the easy customers is we want to start with the people who are forgiving, right? So we can go and we can sharpen our tools afterwards so that on our next job with strangers, people we've never met, we do a better job. You learn more, you sharpen your brain.
We're always sharpening our tools, guys. Always. Our mindset, our strategy. It's always, throughout this, we're always sharpening. We have to keep making sure that we're clearing our wave of failure. But that's the thing, is we're going to be failing. We're going to say, okay, that doesn't work. How can we become more efficient and better next time? So that's why we're using the easy customers, right? Aunt's house, grandma's house, whatever it may be, or selling it to them or whatever it is, so that we can get that out of the way, gain more knowledge, come back to number 2, research and strategize. And throughout that, we'll be sharpening our tools, guys.
Yeah, another thing that we talked about is another word for sharpening your tools is just reevaluating, right? It's going over your business so far and figuring out, how do I make this better? And you just want to take in everything you've learned from step 1 to 5, and you want to go over it again. You want to go over it again, right? You want to sharpen your tools over and over again. And you're always going to do this in your business.
And that's all that means, is sharpening tools, just reevaluating. How can I make this more efficient? How can we make this company better?
A good thing to think about is, like, imagine you have an axe, right? Imagine you have an axe and you cut wood, right? You cut wood. Over a course of a week or a month, it starts to dull down. You have to resharpen your tools too. Sometimes you're not just sharpening it, you're resharpening it, right? You go a month, 2 months, and you start, maybe customers are coming to you and you start slacking off a little bit. You want to make sure you're always sharpening your tools over and over again, because they start to get dull, right? You don't want to get used to what you're doing and you don't put in as much effort. You want to make sure you're always resharpening your tools. You're always putting in as much effort as you can every job, because those customers have a lifetime value. Right? You want to keep them coming back. That is important from the first customer to the last customer.
For all business guys, very important. Sometimes it's more than other cases, reoccurring customers. Like for him, with this auto detailing company, he'll have reoccurring customers as much as every 2 weeks to every month. But for me, for exterior cleaning on houses and homes and siding and concrete and shit, it's probably only maybe once a year, once every 2 years. So it might vary as far as the frequency, but you want to be having reoccurring customers, guys, in any business.
And you only get that by doing a good job.
Yeah, by having good customer service. Guys, we're talking about we talk about this in our podcast. Having good customer service is just smiling, giving a good handshake, right? Being nice, being genuine. I mean, guys, people like good people. Good people like good people, right?
Even if it's a product, right? Not just services. You want to make sure you have good quality products.
Always.
You're not just selling crap.
Being fast, being responsive, right? Making sure you're always answering on time. I hate that, you're calling whatever it may be and they're not answering their damn phones. That's very important. Is good customer service, and that is how you get reoccurring customers.
Yeah, and customer service is another tool. You have to be good at customer service. You have to be able to talk to the customers, and that's just another tool you have to sharpen along the way.
And kind of obviously throughout this, guys, we've explained this before, but you're going to be reevaluating how can you be more efficient, how can you make your business better throughout this whole thing, which is going to bring us back to step number 2. I think realistically throughout all of this, step number 2 is going to be your most frequent thing that we're going to be visiting, guys, is reevaluating your business. How can you make this better? How can we make it more efficient? How can we appeal to more customers, right?
2 and 5 are the main points.
Right.
Research and sharpen. Research, reevaluate. Research, reevaluate. Obviously, we'll talk about different ideas, but let's go on to step 6 now.
So after we sharpen our tools, we've kind of tuned in on what we need to fix. That brings us to step number 6, which is attack.
Go, 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 go.
And essentially on this, guys, is you're never going to know when the right time is. Your ducks are never going to line up. You just need to go, right? Everyone gets nervous. I think the older I've gotten, the more I realize that nerve is a good thing, right? It means that, okay, we have nerves as far as in business is because we want to make sure the customer is happy. We want to have good customer satisfaction. And that's why we have nerves, but it doesn't matter. We have to once we feel that nerve, that's a good thing, guys. You need to attack. You're never going to have okay, I'll wait till this day. Oftentimes I'll be like, hey, maybe I'll reschedule, but then as David Goggins says, I get rid of that inner bitch. You just need to schedule it and go from there and make it happen. You're gonna mess up, right? You're gonna screw stuff up, you're gonna fail, but that's part of this whole thing. The difference is that people who quit and people who keep on persevering and keep on going through failure. That's the most important thing and the most essential thing. Is about when you attack. Right, when you're attacking, right, you have a whole army of people. You're gonna have your a whole bunch of dudes, getting stabbed and dying on the way there, on the way to the castle. But all that matters is that you don't bail. You don't pull your guys back. You keep moving forward all the way, always.
You keep going. You just have to attack.
And you look at all multimillionaires, all huge business owners. That's what they do. They failed multiple times. They've gone bankrupt. But what do? They don't quit. They continue to move forward always through everything. They've gone bankrupt. They've lost everything. But they continue. Okay, it is what it is. They come back to step number 2. They research and strategize. How can I make this better, right? They keep sharpening their tools. okay, how can I reevaluate this? How can I make things better? And they persevere, guys. Consistency and persistency is going to bring you to success.
You have to get customers, and you have to do a good job.
Yeah, 100%.
You have to do it over and over and over and over and over again.
And it's almost, I forgot his name. He talks about this before. I think about it as far as the cold showers go, but it's the flinch. You can't, the 5-second rule, right? Yeah. You can't like think, the customer's calling me, like, shit, should I leave him a voicemail?
Yeah.
Answer it, talk to him. Grow those big balls, right, guys? You need to take 1 foot forward and just absolutely full throttle and go with it. Attack, right? That's what it is, guys. It's fucking attack. You need to be like a menace.
Yeah.
You need to be wild. Like, I know we're saying this like crazy motherfucker. You need to be crazy as far as attacking goes. Calling customers. Taking your best foot forward always. Like, I'm talking not just like best foot forward walking, like fucking running, guys. We need to get shit done. We need to be attacking consistently, as fast and as hard as possible. Of course, making sure we're being efficient, making sure we have good customer satisfaction.
Fast, efficient, and you're doing a good job.
Yeah, and well.
Because you want return customers. You
100%.
Want those customers to come back, and you want to do a good job, but you have to do it fast. You have to make sure you're getting out there.
And most of this in rule 6 and step number 6 on attacking is that whole 5-second rule. A lot of times we start to talk ourselves out of stuff as far as taking initiative, and that's where you psych yourself out. You can't do it. It's almost like attack is that whole mindset of, okay, just do it, man. Just fucking do it. Yeah. And that's the whole thing is like attacking, of course, is making those sales, going forward, doing what you can, but it's really in the mind as far as attacking. It's just don't think about it, you just do it. Okay, you're gonna mess up, you're gonna fail, we're gonna realize that doesn't work very well. That's a whole part of business, guys. You're never gonna go through a business and not fail. Yeah. I've had failures. I've messed up before. He's had failures. He hasn't. Everybody has. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. Everyone has. Everybody will. It just depends on how you persevere and how you continue to move through that. You keep on attacking. Keep on attacking.
And these 1 through 6, these are not just a one-time thing, right?
No.
Right. After you do this 1 through 6, you have to make sure that you are always, what we say, repeat, right?
Yep.
My handwriting absolutely sucks. You have to make sure you're always repeating, right?
Lefty.
So 1 through 6, right? After you attack, you might have another idea. You have to go back and you have to start with a new idea, right? So you get an idea, you research, you have your funding, you have your easy customer, sharpen your tools, and attack. After you attack, you have a new idea. You want to include a new service, right? Or maybe you want to start a new business. Bam, new idea. Now you have to research that new idea, right? You do house cleaning, right?
Yeah.
Then you want to do roof cleaning.
Right.
Before you can do roof cleaning, you have to research and strategize.
And then how much money does it cost to get all my equipment for roof cleaning? Guys, this is a whole loop. This comes full circle. This keeps rotating. Even if you're expanding in your own business, starting a new business, you'll keep going through this always. As far as gaining new ideas, okay. Like as far as gaining, adding new services, it starts with an idea, you research and strategize. Yep. Guys, this comes full circle consistently. Yep. How much money you're gonna need, how much it'll cost to do it, and then you get the easy customers, you leverage those customers.
So this kind of make sure that you repeat. It's very important.
Yeah, very important, guys.
After you repeat, what else is important that we said? You have to persist.
Persist, that comes with, that kind of is the whole mindset as far as attacking, guys. Because when you attack, you're gonna have men fall with you. You're gonna have, it sounds odd, right? You're gonna have guys fall, things are gonna go wrong, not as planned. But that is when you go back right here, is repeat and persist. Persist. Attack, right? Oh.
And we're still gonna persist, right?
Exactly, that's exactly right.
We're not gonna give up, right?
Exposed, we eat. No, guys, but as far as attacking goes, we need to make sure that we are being persistent. As far as all of this goes, we're gonna fail. Things are gonna not go as planned, like we mentioned. But all that matters is that we're consistent and we're persistent. We're being consistent as to how we persist.
Yeah, and we're not gonna give up. Right?
No.
Right? You repeat 1 through 6. Bam, you fail. Bam, you fail. You persist. You keep going.
And that's the last thing we'll write down right here. Is I think it's very important. Let's see if I can write it with half of a hand. Never give up. With 2 fingers. Very important. We're circle it twice, guys. This is very important. Anthony knows it. I know it. All business owners know it. Guys, never give up. This will all come back to this. It goes with being persistent. It goes with attacking. It goes with reevaluating, having to re-strategize. You're gonna come to a time where it's like, fuck, like, should I be doing this?
Yeah.
You're gonna give up. If you give up,
and it could be at any of the steps. It could be when you're starting an idea, even in the first idea, you need to never give up, right? There's gonna be a time in your future, right, when you want to give up. Or maybe a long time you're gonna want to sell the business. You want to sell the business, right? But you don't give up on life, right? Right? You build your business, you don't give up. If you want to start a new business, you sell your business, you start a new business, you do not give up in life.
Yep.
Right?
No matter what it is. That's probably one of the most important things on this list. That is the most important thing, guys. Yeah. Being persistent, consistent, and never, ever giving up. You have to have full belief in yourself, guys. I know some people hate him, some people love him. Andrew Tate mentions having an unbreakable confidence in yourself. Yeah. No matter what's going on, you need to have an unbreakable confidence in yourself. People are shitting on you, talking trash. Some people are gonna love you, some people are gonna hate you. He has unbreakable confidence for himself, right? We have to have unbreakable confidence for ourselves.
Yeah,
as far as business owners, family members, dads, moms, grandpas, no matter what it is, you bring that with you, you bring that unbreakable confidence with you, and you never give up, and you're persistent, and you're consistent, and you have that full belief in yourself, and you keep on attacking, and you go through this list as far as whatever it is. Guys, it is inevitable that you're gonna have success from this. If you go through this, and you never give up, and you're persistent, you're consistent, and you stick to your word, and that's another thing, is you stick to your word and yourself, you're gonna gain yourself more confidence. It is absolute that the success is on your way.
Yeah.
Maybe not now, maybe not in 5 years. If you continue to do these things, it's inevitable. It is inevitable. Yeah. And that's why, obviously,
if you're working hard and you believe in yourself and you don't give up, something's gonna happen eventually.
Yep. I believe in good karma, 100%. And as far as your work ethic, because guys, the world is very giving as far as how much work you put into what you get back. If you put in a whole bunch of work, you might not see it for that next day, that next week, or that next year, or however long it is. But if you continue to put in that work and you do all these things and you're consistent with your work and you have that unbreakable confidence in yourself, good things are going to happen.
Yeah, and if you put negative things out, you get negative things.
That's exactly right.
Earl Nightingale says, right? He says if you plant corn, you grow corn. But if you plant nightshade, which is a poison, you're going to get nightshade. Right? Whatever you put in the earth is going to give back to you. Whatever you put in the world, it's going to give you back tenfold too. If you put in positive, you're going to get positive back. And if you put in negative into the world, you're just going to get negative back.
Yep, you are what you think, guys. You kind of manifest your thoughts. As far as long-term and short-term, you're going to be thinking a specific thing, whether it's negative or good. But no matter what it is, guys, you need to make sure that you bring that with you as far as those positive thoughts, because you're going to get what you put in. Negative. If you're thinking negative, you're going to get negative things. You need to make sure we're bringing that unbreakable confidence with us. And that positivity, you have to not just have unbreakable confidence, but you gotta have love for yourself. Yeah. That just goes for everything, guys. Not love for yourself, I love myself, but no, it's the love for yourself that, okay, I understand what's going on. No matter what's gonna continue to go on, I'm gonna continue to do the same things every day, treat myself the right way, eat good, sleep good, treat people well. The world is giving, guys. It will give back to you.
Yep. Just make sure you never give up.
That's what it comes back to, guys.
Never give up.
This whole list, it comes back to never give up, right?
Yep, just never give up.
Zoom in right here, guys. The most important part right here, right? Never give up. Never give up.
Never give
up. Never go.
Never.